up, everybody? And thank you because you have just tuned in to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host tonight, comedian James. Shut your mouth, yawn. That's right. We're going to have a good time for you guys tonight. We are your nightcap of comedy. Give you guys a couple of laughs to help you get through this thing. I'm joined in virtual studio with some really good friends of mine. First off, the OG of this thing. He helped start this 8 years ago. I'm talking about the one, the only Miguel Colon Jr. in the building. What's going on, Miguel?
Nothing, man. I'm just getting old and realizing that stuff's gonna start messing with me if I don't take care of it. The funny thing is, if I hear a knocking noise in my car and I'm driving, I immediately pull to my shop and I'm like, "Hey guys, I was driving in my car and I kind of got this knocking noise. Can you look at it?" And they're like, "Yeah." If I wake up and my toes purple, I'm like, "All right, don't look at that no more. Don't look at that no
Ah,
more."
that's how you do that.
Uh,
That's health for
yeah.
men.
But they told me, man, I got my blood pressure's a little too high, and they say it's and I was like, so what do I do to make it lower? They're like, no, dog, you live with it now. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you work with it. But wasn't crazy high, but it was high enough for them to be like, hey man, we got to talk about maybe putting you on blood thinners or working on this stuff. Because the first thing the doctor said was, hey man, first thing we need to do is a lifestyle change. I was like, give me that medicine. No. you know
You were like,
Have you guys? I mean, I don't want to go
bro.
deep. I know we just started. But have you guys when they hit you up with like the lifestyle change, man? You're like, okay, I can do this, and they tell you don't realize that how horrible your lifestyle's been. Because he was like, really, man. He was like, we just lifestyle change. He was like, let's get you a little more active. I was like, okay. I was reading and I was like, that's cool. I walk me and Chris at my studio at Mike Busey's. We walk a couple miles every day, not like crazy, but we have a lake that's at 4 laps a mile. So we do like one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and if Chris pushes me, we'll do another one at night just to get it going. But I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. And I was telling doctor about that. Doctor was like, that's great. He was like, you need to really look at your sodium intake too. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? He was like, well, you can't have things like,
Ooh.
and he started naming. And I was like, oh no, I'm cool with dying. Yeah, I'm cool with dying.
Miguel, can I tell
Yeah,
you? Can I tell you when I had the realization this happened? When I started my health journey, like back in October, we would work out for 45 minutes in the morning, and we would have these. My watch would keep track of how many calories I'm burning. So I would burn like 330 calories. Like, bro, I just worked hard. I burned 330 calories. Then I would go out and there was this dessert I would always have. It's like a little hostess cupcake. And I was like, man, I wonder how many calories is in this
You
cupcake.
didn't need to see that.
500. I'm like, God
yeah,
damn, I just worked out
yeah.
for an
Oh,
hour. 330 calories
Half
burned.
a cupcake.
James,
Bro.
James,
Yeah.
imagine this. You run a half marathon.
Yes.
It says 1900 calories. You're like
That's a lot.
going, man, I could eat
That's it for a half
yeah,
marathon.
I can eat whatever I want. So I go to BurgerFi and I go,
Oh.
all right, let me see this burger, fries, and a milkshake. 2,600 calories.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Really,
ran for 3 hours
Jeff? A
Oh,
and I
half
can't eat a
marathon.
hamburger.
A half marathon's only about
Yeah.
1,900 calories burnt.
Yeah.
that's insane.
That
I was
is,
out there for
man.
3 hours. I
Oh,
can't even eat a cheeseburger.
Bro. And let me just say this, the voice you are hearing is our official sponsor and brother in comedy. That's right, comedian, comic book creator, and the best damn lawyer in all of Orlando. Kaufman and Lynn has been representing the people of Orlando for 20 years and winning. Every case of them is personal. For more information, go to whenyounneedus.com. Bro, I'm learning the little bit of satisfaction and joy we get eating because y'all know I like to eat. Man,
Oof.
you put that little thing on your lips for a minute and it's 800 calories. It would take me 4 hours to burn that.
bro, I'm gonna tell you
4 hours.
the sodium's the crazy one.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sodium's the crazy one. They're like, hey man, if you really want to work on your blood pressure, you want to take care of stuff. They're like, you really gotta watch your sodium. And they had me going through my cabinets, looking at stuff,
Don't
and I
look at
was like,
adobo. Don't look at
don't look at
adobo.
the almost all sodium. I was like, yo,
Oh my God.
I
We
was like,
we eat
and
adobo every day.
yeah. And then I told him too, because the doctor was like, hey man, he was like, I cut all this stuff out of my life and I'm living a good life. I said, player, you ain't even living.
No, you ain't.
You
No, you
gross
ain't.
ass. You just
Bro.
look great in your heart. I was like, listen, man, I've learned to live with some of the things in my life. Being a fat boy, I've learned to live. Every morning, I give my heart a jump start. I'm like, come on, come on. I like to wake up some morning and be like, ooh, do I still have feet? I can't feel them. You know, that's just a fun game of mine, man. So the woman was telling me, she was like, too. She was like, oh yeah. She was like, if you get what is it, neuropathy? If it goes,
Yes.
if you get diabetes and it goes to neuropathy, she's like, you could end up cutting your feet, not even noticing, and
No
guess what?
doubt.
You get gangrene. I was like, oh, I got a superpower. I can't even notice my feet are hurt. Spread through my body. I'll be like kick ass. Just taking bullets like Wolverine. Ah!
Is that all you got?
Yeah, all the sodium leaking out of me.
And for people who don't know who are listening to this, in the Black community and in the Latin community, our diet consists of a lot of sodium, pork, and those foods like that, and the
Jewish community
spices we
too,
use.
Jeff. Like all communities that like had good
Use
food, it
spices.
consists of sodium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we use spices.
If you
yeah.
use spices, you get sodium.
yeah.
Now, see, I realize I realize I was getting old by how slow I get out of the shower tub.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Because you're going, all right, stick my foot low. I don't want to bust my ass. Because every old person busts their ass getting out the shower.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even think of it. And the first time they busted their ass, they didn't think they were old. So
No.
that's what's sitting
Yeah,
with me.
Jeff,
Great.
that's incredibly true, because it isn't until you bust your ass and don't heal back correctly, you're like old man Logan, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, my superpowers are gone. I'm human again.
Yep.
Because I remember, honestly, I was 20 years old. I was running to go inside the house from this pool party I was in, and I slipped and got airborne and hit the
Ooh.
ground flat. And I was
Ooh.
like, oh my God. And my homeboys had to help me get up and lay me on the couch. And I just kept being like, all right, come on, kept moving until I was like, yeah, I got it back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now, man, I hit my knee on my entertainment center, and I was like, damn, I ain't got a leg no more. Like,
Bro,
I was out.
the worst thing for me is when I'm walking and I stub my toe. I just basically fall to the ground and I tell somebody that's near to me, hey man, tell my wife I loved her. Like, I'm dead.
James.
Yeah,
That's
go
why
without
you
me.
gotta get
Go
these
without
new.
me.
That's why you gotta get these new toes you can't feel. This is gonna be great. I'm like, stub my toe, don't matter. I look down, I'm like, didn't I have a pinky toe? That's weird.
Hey,
That's
those
a
are
weird one.
you don't need those, right? Yeah, come
No,
on.
man.
And the slow walk to the bathroom in the morning. Somehow
Oh,
it's
yeah.
taking me a little longer to get
Oh,
there.
you ain't
Yeah.
lying about that, bro.
I'm like
You
going,
know-
I don't want to go down. I don't want to pull a Biden halfway to the bathroom where I just like
Yeah.
burn in.
that's
You know what with
funny.
me too, man, is I have a limited amount of bendovers a week now. Like, if I exceed my allotted bendovers, whatever falls is on the floor now. I get reset Sunday,
It
reset
has
Monday
a new place
morning.
in the house.
Yeah.
That just stays there.
That's where that belongs now.
Yeah.
I need one of those sticks, you know, the ones with the clamps on the back. You just like in your hand, you have the clacker, you reach down, it's got 3 feet on it. And you go,
Yes.
I'm picking this up.
Oh, the Walt Disney picker upper thing. Yeah,
You know
we got to
what's,
get
you know
that.
what's
Like the
crazy,
trash
guys?
collector.
We were all born, and when we were babies, we had this super flexibility. You ever see babies just like smelling their foot?
Yeah.
And just like biting their own toe? Every
Yeah.
one of us at one point could do that. Now, if I want to tie my shoes, there needs to be something to put my foot up on,
Mm.
and then something for me to hold.
I got you, Miguel. I take my whole shoe off, place it on
Tie
the
it
table,
first.
and tie it.
James, and you go in James's, James's all them Air Force Ones. You go in the closet, there's 36 pairs of Air Force Ones pre-tied.
Pre-tied.
Yes. He's got those
how you
rubber
do it.
band, you know, the rubber band
Oh my
laces
can't
God.
have-
now.
I can't
Like the
have stand-up
Skechers?
sex. I can't have
No.
stand-up sex. I'm like, what are you
No.
doing?
Oh, come on, that
Oh.
takes too much energy. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
like,
my
what are we
God.
doing here? No, let's go. I have beds. I have beds. I bought 2 really nice beds. Pick one.
Yeah, we can just go lay down on them.
Yeah,
That's
this
what
bed
I
is
like
for
to do.
sleeping, and this bed is for the, you know.
Yeah.
There
And
you
if she
go.
wants to get into a weird position, I'm like, I gotta check my bendovers. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I only got 2 left, and I ain't wasting them on you.
I'm not wasting them
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
I might
I
have to
gotta-
go to the bathroom later.
I'm
You
not
ain't
trying to
doing-
be I'm not trying to be crude here, but how is it that every woman in the world, when you're having sex with, you could like take her legs and like bend them? And
Yes.
if you were to try to bend me, you would hear things just cracking.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever? I have one of those. I have one
Yes,
of
the
those like
chiropractor,
yoga.
man.
Yeah, I got one of those yoga ropes. It's called yoga rope. I don't know really what it is. It's like from Amazon. It has all these like knots in it, and this is where you can put like your feet in it, and you could pull them and work on your flexibility and stuff. And when I first got this thing, because I'm big on stretching, guys. I am big on stretching. I worked. I used to work bartending forever, and I worked with this dude Sean. Man, shout out to Sean Sorgi, and he told me, hey man, he was like, everything you do physical is you involve stretching. You need to stretch. So before we would start our shifts, Sean would stretch in the middle of the shifts, and we would do like a good 5 minutes to 20 minutes of stretching. And he got me on it. So every morning I wake up, I do my good 20 minutes of stretching, and I like to stretch before I go to bed. It really does make you sleep better and everything.
You're
But
right.
I don't have the flexibility I had in my youth. So I got
Mm-mm.
this yoga rope thing, and I was like, after like a month of this, I'm gonna be able to kick my own face. And I've had this thing for like I've had this thing for like a year and a half. And there's a point like the biggest goal that I've reached now is that I can put my legs up 90 degrees. That's it. 90 degrees has been the
Hey,
goal. Yeah, but
hey.
anytime I try to move it forward, my body's like, oh, you're gonna tear your balls. You know?
Yeah.
Bruh.
I don't know. You
Uh,
ever get see the problem is every once in a while I get a massage, one that doesn't come with a happy ending, and the woman will get to your
gross.
legs and she'll go, hold on, let me put, and she's pushing on that knee, like trying to bring it to your chest. You want to go,
Yeah.
don't go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
don't
What are
go
you
that way.
doing, lady? Knees don't
Mm-mm.
extend. They
How
have a
Do,
limited
do,
range of motion, like everything in my body. I gotta like I don't know where my femur connects into my hip. If I wiggle it, you'll hear
yeah.
it
I,
makes like a
I,
popping noise.
I got that in my knee, bro. And I
Yeah,
can't, like, if I'm walking, because I
yeah,
do my walk every day, you can literally
yeah.
hear me. I can't sneak up on you. You'll hear,
No, somebody come up to me, they're like, "What's popping?" I'm like, "My bones."
yeah. Kids like my ACL.
Yeah,
Poor kid, man. Oh, by the way, if you guys notice, Ken's not here right now. He's having some technical difficulties
he's on the road
connecting.
too.
Yeah, he is. He is on the road. He's at Snappers, man. He
He's in the
definitely is.
road using that road internet. You
Ooh,
never
that's it.
know.
Road internet's different, by the way. Can we talk about
Yeah,
that for a second?
yeah.
I know the hotel says they got free Wi-Fi, but they didn't tell you how fast the Wi-Fi isn't
AOL
going to
dial
be.
up. That's what they've
Yeah,
got.
bro,
Yeah,
they hand you a CD and it has Porky
yeah,
Pig on it, Roadrunner.
yeah.
I can hear that. I can hear it beeping like AOL used to.
They're like, what are all these stamps for? If you need to send messages.
Yeah.
You'll get it there a few days.
Yeah.
That's
Cool,
like
cool.
that's like
Nice,
getting
nice.
porn in the '90s, where you used to have to wait for the
Oh,
picture to download for 2 hours.
Oh
You get
my
like one
god.
line,
For
one
30
line.
seconds
and
of
I'm
just
ready to go the whole time. Like I'm holding my junk. Like hold the line. Don't fire until you see the pinks of her nips,
on
or
my
black nips.
hey
I want to
Miguel,
be.
it's like Gladiator on my signal, unleash hell.
Yeah,
We are
release
maniacs.
hell. Even that's different now. My stuff don't go as high as it used to.
Oh
Like
my
my stuff
sir,
is my. I got white lava now. It just
sir,
comes up.
sir.
My stuff used to hit ceiling fans. Now it's like, hey, dog, this is it, okay?
Oh my
Like,
That
gosh.
reminds like a Model T. It goes
mm,
Mine
she's
moves
like,
like
like
mine moves like
that,
President
like
Biden
that engine.
upstairs.
You're running the thing.
she's like on my face. I'm like, you gotta get closer.
Oh my god!
You
Oh
better be right on it. Like, ah.
We're gonna have to use gravity on this one.
Yeah,
Let me just stand over you. Okay.
yeah.
oh my god!
That's all he's got.
Casey, I don't know how much of that you are allowed to
Keep
Zero.
it
on
all,
air.
Casey. Casey's not a coward. He stands for freedom.
Gotcha.
He's my
All right. On
brother.
that note, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right here on Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1.
Go wherever you want.
Back, everybody. You are still hanging in here with us. We are Real Labs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host tonight, Mr. James Hush Your Mouth Yon, joined in virtual studio with Jeff Batman Kaufman and Miguel Colon Jr. And don't you dare forget the Jr. because he knows who his daddy is. Now, you guys know that we pre-record, right? And that's how we make our week work because we all have these separate schedules. Sometimes when we send in our show that's recorded, our engineer Casey, shout out to him, will give us some news, some updates of when that show is going to air. Last week we got a call and there's like, hey man, there's an issue over here at Real Radio. we can't get the sound to work.
And we took that like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We were all looking at each other and going, okay, I get it. We'll just do one show. And as I got off, I said, it's the one thing they do.
Yes.
And imagine the power company calling you up like, hey, player, just to let you know, we're going to be dry for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, man, we ain't got none of that energy. But,
Hey,
you know, man,
hey, what's our station's what's their sign off? What do they say? Real radio. We say what we want. You just can't hear this.
just can't hear this right now. And it's the water company, homie. Real quick. Hey, you got any of that wet? Stretch it out. Everybody gets a drop, just a dollop.
So we're still going to charge you for it, but we
Yeah.
ain't giving you any of it.
Yeah, we're gonna charge you
yeah.
for this. Hey, baby, come on, player. You know how I go.
I just love that. Like, yeah, man, we ain't got no sound.
And we just took that for granted. And I'm sitting here a week later going, well, that was unusual, wasn't it?
Yeah, bruh.
I
That's
like
how
that,
that's
too.
how our whole country is fooled. You say some dumb stuff to us, and we're like going, all right.
Okay.
And we just
All
take
right.
it. Oh, let me. They go. Hey, guess what? The president the other night, he didn't do well because he had COVID.
Makes sense.
Oh,
And I'm like,
all
I
right.
thought you
Yeah,
cured that SOB, you know.
Mhm.
But nope, we still all get it. It's
We don't
it's
got,
like that.
we don't got any sound.
I told him take some tussin, do something.
Listen, there you go.
What else y'all
That's
got?
funny.
Nothing.
Nothing.
He goes,
oh yeah.
he goes, but I'm gonna be in Atlanta talking to some people the next day. I'm like going, you don't. I just get lied to all the time. I'm going, all right, sure.
Yeah, and we take it. Hey man, lie to me.
Yeah.
Tell me everything's great.
And
when
they
it's
say it
not.
the worst too. And lies used to be a little more complicated where we couldn't catch you.
Mhm.
But then when the big guy started telling us the bad lies, where we were going, wait, hold on. I did smoke marijuana, but I never inhaled. Oh yeah, we'll buy that one.
I just got a map, and I'm like, what do you mean there's no Ukraine? Where the money?
Yes.
That's
Where the
funny.
Whole time had me going down. I'm like, where the money?
It is
"Nah,
not
it's
there
gone, dog."
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
comrade, it's
There's,
gone.
there's a lot of stuff we get told all the time.
We
You know, we're
Mexico-
kind of like going like I was in San Diego, and when you cross over into Mexico, man, it is like getting into a prison. You know, so that border there is serious.
Yeah.
I like
Now
when
you just go 3 miles down the street. It's like nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like
Yeah.
what? You only put this area right here? You know, it's
regarding this right
like
here. This is what we're guarding.
I ain't
I
even have
like-
a clue how this works.
I like when you go to Mexico though, and you realize what freedom really is. Because I was staying in this hotel last time I was in Mexico, and it had this like river walk. And you know, Mexico's beautiful hotels, you know, and it had this
really
river
does.
walk.
It
And
really
how
does.
it worked was, it was just this beautiful like elevated wood walkway that had all these rivers passing underneath it that you walk through in your resort. But there's no rails, there's no signs. If it's wet and you slip and you die. And I loved it because it's like in America, they'd be designing this, be like, we can't build this. What if somebody slipped off and fell into the river? And in Mexico, they're like, yeah, just walk in the middle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
how I knew I was gonna like Mexico. I was 18 years old. Went on my wife's at the time, my girlfriend at the time, Michelle. I went on her school trip. They went to Mexico. I was 18 years old, and you get off the plane. There was a bus waiting there to take us to our hotel. Bus driver welcomes you on the bus and hands you a El Presidente. And I'm like,
man.
Viva la Mexico.
And
Bruh.
It's
Yeah,
just,
bruh.
I tell you what, when you go, there's times when you go visit lots of other countries and you realize how much the United States is uptight on stuff, how much
A
we
lot.
like freak out. And especially Jeff can tell you this as a lawyer, how much liability we look at in the United States versus like Mexico. They're like, you want to go whitewater rafting? You're like, yeah. They're like, you want to put this gay ass helmet on? No, you don't. You're like, I don't. Like, get on the raft, amigo. You know, and then you're like, this is,
Before we get on, you want to do a bump?
yeah, come on, Papa, let's
They,
get
they don't
loose.
tend to care about your life as much in foreign countries. I
No,
can tell you
here's
that
the
right
thing,
now.
because that's your responsibility.
Ability. That's
That's
right.
the thing about foreign countries that I love a lot of times. They're like, your life, that's your responsibility. We're gonna make sure that everything's generally safe,
Yeah.
so that we're not destroying stuff. But other than that,
That's
you know,
you.
we're not gonna wipe your ass like a little baby and help you live.
Well, they
No.
can.
You know?
I can tell you this also about Mexico, Colombia, places like this. Not the safest to be an American in either, though, because you are
I
a
get this.
target.
You are a target, but at the end of the day,
Don't be
you
a dumb
know,
American. That's what it
yeah.
is.
We're not
Don't be-
celebrating them coming over here right now either. So, you know, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe we all just need to chill. Remember how it was when we were homeboys. But yeah, man, because it's like you think about like I think about the constant liability of the United States and the way they're like, oh, you can't do that because what if this person did this and then it led to this, and
Mhm.
it's just and I know that I sound like an old man, but it has gotten to the point where it's like so like everyone else is responsible for your safety except you.
You. Yes,
You
you are
know?
absolutely right.
Now I can agree to you at a certain level, Miguel,
Yeah.
but I had a deposition on Friday where I'm talking to this semi truck driver who plowed into another car, and I
Mm.
asked him. I said, "When did you see the car in front of you?" He goes, "Well, right when I hit it."
Sounds reasonable, Jeff.
I
You're
said
making
to
up a
him,
big deal.
I was like, hold on, why couldn't you see it? Well, it was snowing heavily. I said,
Uh,
Okay,
oh no,
so
no. No, was
so
the
you had
magician
no visibility? He goes, yeah,
driving the
no
car?
visibility. I said, how long were you driving with no visibility? He goes, probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going, you had an 80,000 pound truck that
Yeah.
takes you 100 yards to stop, and you just smoking the bandit down the street without being able to see? Yep.
Hey,
That's how we
hey,
that's
Jeff,
how
you want your Coors banquet? Okay,
Yeah.
you want it to arrive on time?
It was
All right.
paper. He was delivering reams of paper.
Oh,
Hey,
okay,
man.
Jeff, you're a lawyer. Paper's not important. God, I hate when you
No, no, not more. Wait the 5 minutes, dude.
Oh, that's
Could you
funny.
imagine that you can't see anything and you're barreling
let
down the
me
road in a
sign this
semi?
up. What's that other car doing on the road?
Mhm.
I'll
They
split
were
the
all
Uh-huh.
stopped.
Oh, look at that. That's not where you stop, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's called the Parkway, but don't be confused. You're supposed to
Yeah.
drive on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to
I
stop.
love attorneys who their big thing is like, yeah, hey, listen, we would like these semi cases. No kidding. Who you get hit by a semi, it's not like, hey, I fell down in Kmart.
Hey,
Of course
the,
everyone wants that.
the
It's real
semi
hard.
went
It's not hard to defend. What'd you do? I ran
the
into him.
semi truck
Okay.
on the road always wins the battle, but the lawyer
Yeah,
wins the war. Yeah.
that's about
Hey,
it.
didn't Tracy Morgan? He got hit by a
Yeah.
Walmart truck, right?
Yeah.
How much did he settle for? Because we were debating this the other day. Was it
They
a
didn't
stupid
announce it.
amount?
I think it was private settlement. And most likely it will be. They have to sign an NDA.
Why?
But
Why make it that way though?
because you don't want everybody going, okay, well, he got this and we get this too.
So does that mean he got a stupid amount?
Oh, I guarantee you got a stupid amount. I mean, because he
Gotcha.
was just sitting in it. They were in a party bus
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't doing anything. They just got plowed into. And you
Listen,
screw up somebody who it's his job to entertain.
Yeah, he got you. He got you.
But
Because I heard stupid
slow ass party
amounts.
buses,
Like
man.
I heard it was from 70 million to like 300 million.
yeah. But I mean, a lot of people think, oh, you won the lottery because they see these billboards. Man, you have to fight for that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even this case that I just had, I have to go through deposition. I have to explain, and the attorney on the side goes, well, I'm still not sure he's responsible. You're sitting there going, what the hell are you talking about? The dude can't see. And he ran directly into somebody.
I blame this guy called God who made it snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest my case.
Yeah.
Are you
Your
telling me
Honor,
God
I'd
doesn't
like to
exist?
introduce- Yeah, yeah.
Your Honor,
You get a
the southern
you get a
lawyer.
southern, yeah, you get a southern jury. This man doesn't think God exists. That lawyer's a Jew.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Either one lawyer's telling me there's no God, the other lawyer killed my God. I'm just
The
torn.
judge is
It's
going,
how they say your name in the courtroom that lets the whole jury know you're a Jew, which is the worst
Gotcha.
part about it.
Gotcha.
Mr. Kaufman over there. And you're going, God.
he ain't one of us. Y'all know
Yeah.
what I mean.
He comes in from Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
Florida.
And
Your Honor,
he sponsors the Gators.
yeah,
that-
Your Honor, I want to make sure that we show Mr. Kaufman the politeness that is due. Do you need to like count coins at any moment or something? Is that make yourself feel better? I don't know what you need to make yourself feel better. Will the dreidel be spun in between each witness?
Do we need to
Or
bring
do you
in a
plan to
rabbi?
celebrate the death of Jesus some other time?
Yeah. I know as Christians we celebrate the death of Jesus, but not because he died, because he came back a winner.
Go Bulldogs.
Yeah. You partied so hard you woke up 3 days later in a cave. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
What's going on here? Where's my mom?
Where's my mom?
Where's my mom? Ma!
Ma, I'm
I
starving.
cut myself on my side. What's this about?
What's going on?
Where's Judas? Judas, where you at, player?
Where you at? He said he was
My
gonna pick me up.
dog. My dog. My dog. I saw you got that bag of silver. What we spending it on, homie? You
Oh
wildin',
man.
Judas.
Last thing I remember, we were all at dinner. What happened?
Yeah,
We
we
was
was
at the
hanging
Olive
out.
Garden.
And then I don't remember, man. After that, I was walking with some sticks or something. Hey, Kaufman, you were there. You were
I love,
smiling.
I love when people always talk about that. They go, "Explain Judaism to me." I'm like, "It's the first half of your book, man.
Yeah,
Yes, the
Real simple.
first
basically,
half.
it's not the reboot.
It's
You
not.
know,
We're not like we don't have like 12 gods or something. We got it's the first
Yeah,
half, man.
the first half,
I,
And
man.
then they
I would,
look at
I,
you. You tell them about the Last Supper. You go. You know that was Passover, right? What?
Ooh.
And they give you that look
yeah,
like, yeah,
I love
that's a
I
that's
love.
Jewish dinner.
Yeah, he was at Passover. I like
Yeah.
that's why he passed that
And
check over to
then he
everybody.
got
Like, hey, player.
Bruticus. You know.
Yo, I just
ATBK.
love the I just love the idea. I honestly, man, too, like they're pitching like a reboot for Judaism, and they're like, it was good. The testaments were good, but here's an idea. Let's put a little sexy in this. What if I get this guy? You
Yeah.
know?
A little sexy.
Okay, so are we just gonna write God out? No, no, no. He is God, and he's also not God, and he's also a ghost. And his mom never got it. You know?
What? Yeah, it's gonna be
We're
crazy.
increasing the FX budget on this one.
Yeah.
The burning
What do you
bush.
want
How
to
we
do
pull
about
that off?
Buddhism? I don't know. Make him fat now, and I don't know. I never
Yeah.
wanted to work
We'll
on that
give him some
project.
superhero powers. We'll have him walk
Yeah.
on water. It'll be great. He'll be like
And then
Aquaman. I don't know what that is, but we're going.
years
We'll
later,
have
the
him.
Mormons were like, "I like what you did with that story. Let's set it in America and make it nuts." You
Yeah.
know?
And let's just have women everywhere and let them dress like Little House
here's
on the Prairie.
here's my idea with religions. Listen, and I have my own religious beliefs, but I'm going to go on record and say they all sound stupid. Okay,
Mm.
so you just go on faith, but if your religion was invented around the same time that railroads were going and stuff, religions had to be invented in the time of when people were like throwing rocks at the sun to stop it. You
Yes.
know, that's when I
Yes.
want my gods to be
Mm.
invented, not
That's
when
right.
we had algebra. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, if someone is listening, y'all need to throw some rocks at the sun because it is disrespectful right now, bro.
Yeah, this
I
sun's
checked the
Yes.
mail and my ass is wet. Okay, I'm just gonna
yeah.
say that. So if we
The
can do
sun
something
chased me
about
like
that.
in Mario Brothers.
Yeah, the mad sun.
Yeah. He's after me again.
Hey,
And I went in my
this
house to get AC, but the power company's like, man, we dry right now.
we try right now, player. Come on, man. Hey,
Yeah.
my son's disrespectful. My son called me the N word. Like it's really bad out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, man. When we get back, I want to talk about something that happened that was really great that Mr. Kaufman and Lynn put on. It was a great event over at the Orlando Funny Bone. We got to do the Monsters Comedy Show, and damn, was it a good time. And we learned a lot about people that night. And I want to catch
Oh,
you
too
guys up
much.
on it if you wasn't happened to be there, man. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us right here on Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. Everybody, you are still listening to Real Laughs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host today, Mr. James Hush Your Mouth Yon. That's right. Joining virtual studio with Jeff Batman Kaufman and Miguel Colon Jr. Now, if you guys were not at the Orlando Funny Bone last Thursday, you missed out on a damn good show. It was a Monsters in the Morning comedy show. It was Russ Rollins and friends all out there to have a good time. It was headlined by Mr. Ryan Holmes. He did a great job roasting, and it was sponsored by our very own Mr. Jeff Kaufman from Kaufman and Len. Now, Jeff, what did you think about the entire night, man? You got to talk to people, by the way. It was packed
Man,
house,
man,
350 people, sold out. It was a great night.
when people only hear you on the radio, they have their own feelings about what you look like, what you sound like, because everyone doesn't go to our YouTube channel.
Right.
People have no clue what you look like, but you'll be standing in line. Like I handed out water to everybody, and I was sitting out there, and that line wrapped around all the way to the movie theater. There was a lot of people,
Yes.
and when everyone's coming in the door and you're talking to them, and half of them something, wait, I know you. And it's so weird because all they hear are our voices when iHeart has audio.
Yes.
And it's just it's and everyone's going, oh, you performing tonight? You go, yeah, I'll go on tonight, but it ain't going to be like the nerdy news.
No.
Um,
No.
and I went second to last. So I was actually glad because you two, I didn't want to follow either one of you guys.
Ah.
You guys are murderers. You get up there and you murder it. And Miguel cracked this joke about a doll and telling Ryan. It was I'll let him tell it. I mean, I ain't doing it.
It's
But
funny.
it was the best joke of the night. I thought
Nice.
it was the best joke of the night. And
Nice.
I had to go on. I'm like, these guys don't know I do stand up. So they think, oh, I'm just going to be getting up and BSing.
Which was a pleasant surprise for people,
Yeah,
man.
that
That
was
was really
cool.
cool to have
Yeah.
you go up there and do well because you've been doing this month in, month out at the All for the Money show that we do, where we have to write a brand new 10-minute set. We don't get to repeat, and you've been doing that religiously since last year, man. So they got to see that hard work in action, man. So
Yeah. I mean,
congratulations to you, my
well,
friend.
thanks, man. Like 2 years
You're
ago,
welcome.
I did a bit that Miguel and I put together,
Hmm.
and
I
it
remember
went
us
off
working
well.
on that. I remember working at your house,
Yeah, yeah,
hanging out with that. It was so
and
good.
it went off well. It went off well, but what I know now in comparison to what I know back then is a night and day thing. And maybe about 10 people had been to that comedy show from
Hmm.
so many years ago. So these were all new people, and they come out and they hear
Yeah.
you on the radio, and they don't expect you to be able to do it because
Yes.
they actually found out a lot of people who don't do it. And
Yes.
Comedy's
you know,
hard.
there were about 5 of us who have done stand-up comedy. The
Hmm.
other 5, got up there and some prepared and some didn't.
Hmm.
And that's tough because you just don't walk up on stage. I mean, you guys could if you wanted to.
But Jeff,
You
that's because we've prepared
Right.
before. Like that's something that I think, and I apologize for interrupting you, but that's something that I think a lot of people don't get. They're like, oh well, I see my favorite comics. They'll just walk up there and say whatever they're thinking because they've spent years of preparing how to do this. You
yes.
know, it's
Yes.
and I'm not trying to compare it to like athletes, but it's like, I bet you any of your favorite athletes don't have to stretch to play a pickup game
Yeah.
because this is what they do. And
Do.
and we put the time and the preparation in. And I think a lot of people they really think I'm just going to go up there and I'm going to just talk. And what really makes me laugh about that, Jeff, is some of these people are actually fans of comedy who watch comedy. And I'm
They
like,
do.
you've watched comedy this whole time and you've never realized that this person didn't just walk up there and talk. It's like, what's the dissociation? What's the disconnect?
It's the illusion, and they
Mhm.
really and comedians play
I'm
into it a little
funny.
bit.
I'm
Like
funny.
this.
Yeah.
People think
Yeah.
I'm funny. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what people that's a mistake. If you're sitting around BSing with your guys, yeah, once out of every 3 minutes you might say something funny. But
That's
when
Yeah.
it's
funny
just
between
you on
you
stage alone,
and your friend because you guys have context, you guys have history. There's a, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
And you just
But
can't say people think that, oh, I'm going to drop a couple F bombs, I'm going to be funny. Oh, I'm going to say something
mm,
disgusting, it's going to be funny. Um, you got to be careful because it's not just because I say something that shocks you, it doesn't mean you're going to laugh at it.
no,
It's like a
no,
You know,
dude. It's like a dude who can fight versus a dude who fights like a boxer.
yes,
Boxer knows what he's doing.
yes, he does.
He knows what he's doing. And he might come in there and he might plan the game while he's in the middle of the fight. He might call some audibles, but he knows what he's doing. Everything he's done is something he knows he's doing. First, I'm gonna go up there, like you said, I'm gonna say some F bombs, talk about my junk. And it's like, and people really revert to being juvenile when they have no plan. When they
We
come
know
up there,
we noticed that, and let's just be
yeah.
honest about that. There was a person, we're not going to say who they are or their gender, but they had told us that they didn't quite prepare for that show as far as writing actual jokes. So they just said, I'm gonna tell some funny stories," and the stories they chose to tell were just dirty in nature. Just it's just gonna be they're gonna laugh because it's dirty, and they were telling a lot of jokes about their genitalia. So
And
yeah,
it's
you
also, like we were saying too, man. Being on the radio as a radio personality and being on comics, they're two different skills because we know
yes.
tons of comics who you can't put them on a radio show and they're going to
no.
be entertaining. They're
No,
just they're weak, and we know tons of radio personalities who just can't have it. That can't. I think everybody. I honestly believe everybody can do a level of comedy if you put the work into it. I
yes.
really believe pretty much everybody can do a level of it. Some people
Mhm.
aren't going to be. You're not going to be Ross Pageant if you're not Ross Pageant. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
that man's. He's got his gift, but everyone can do a level of comedy, and everybody can do a level of radio. But you're not going to be. Russ Rollins if you're not Russ Rollins.
No.
You're not going to
And
be
even
one of
radio
these
work,
great
they don't
people.
realize how long it takes.
Yeah.
People always ask me, they go, Jeff, you seem comfortable on the radio. I said, God, I've been on the radio for 13 years, man. And I've
Yeah. Yeah.
gotten beat up by some of the best hosts on the planet. And when I say beatings, I mean, I was on, the Buckethead show before the new Sports Junkie and News Junkie was out there. And Jason Bailey let me know. He goes, listen, there are 5 of us, and we're going to beat you to death every show. And you
Wow.
got to figure out who you want to be. Don't think you can just come swinging at us,
Mm-mm.
because our
Mm-mm.
audience is going to hate you. So there
Mm-mm.
are times that you're sitting there and you just remember, oh yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I always love when some radio guy loses his mind and he forgets that he's on the radio.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
the best. That's the best.
When he starts getting angry and you're going, dude, you do realize it's not real.
Yeah, this is just all we're having
Yeah.
fun. We're entertaining people. But I will bring this back up about the actual Monster Comedy show. Ryan is very good.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know this, Ryan Holmes is very good at writing roast jokes. When we got to that club, we saw Ryan in the back, and I saw him writing. I'm like, man, Ryan's been doing comedy for years. What is he writing? I didn't realize Ryan was back there writing a roast set. He said some that I'm like, whoo, I felt that in my heart. Like, I got to go to church now. Like, damn, what, Miguel, what he said one that was just brutal about what did he say? Was it the one about Ross Paget or was it Ross Paget?
I don't know which one was it.
He talked about you guys all know this. You listen to Real Radio. Ross Paget was let go of the Jim Colbert show, and Ross was there performing. And Ross is a beast on stage. So Ryan was roasting everybody that was there. He had said something about firing and Jack Bradshaw, and it had something to do with Ross. But when he said it, I just whoo, like
Yeah, he had,
in the
he had
ribs.
a Carlos rip too. He wrote that
said-
Carlos rip, and I was sitting there going, ooh.
That was one of the good ones too. Okay, I remember.
No, I had one.
He said
I had
Carlos
one that I
wanted
held
to be
back.
here.
I didn't want to say it because I saw I wanted to
say
go,
it.
wow, man, that Ross Pageant is funny. Hey, Jack, you got a show. You might want to have him on.
Damn.
And I was like, and I
told
pulled
Ross-
it.
When we went in the green room, I said, Ross, better get something to eat. Daddy got you. I ain't gonna let you starve. I got you, player. So I know you ain't got that. I know you ain't got that. I told him, I said, I know you having financial problems. He said, no, I'm fine. I said, nah, man, me and your girl talk.
You're a horrible human
I got you,
being.
God. I got you, man.
Don't
Pulled
be
out some
proud.
cash. I pulled out some cash. I said, hey, man, get yourself something to eat tomorrow, too, okay, player?
Oh, and
You
now
come
people
around the way
don't
you come
understand.
around.
People think we're being cruel. And I want you to
Yeah.
know something. This is what comedians do to each other to make each
Yes.
other laugh through bad times.
That's right. That's
we
what we have
to do it because I remember when James, we teed off on James. We're still teeing off on James.
I love it though.
But
means
Ross was like on his couch for 6 weeks, and I said,
He
"Man,
was.
we would have got
He
you out of
was.
that funk in about 3 hours."
Yeah. Comedian friends don't let you sit in the funk. We don't do that. Uh-uh.
No, it's unhealthy.
Get over that, man. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Hey, take this. Yeah, I love
Hey,
it. Man.
Ross came home. He saw them groceries in the fridge. He said, where does grocery come from? Olivia said, Miguel stopped by. said he would have stuck around, but he had to go. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, hey man, Ross, Ross come over all angry. Don't you come to my house buying groceries? I said, hey man, you just let me know you want to put some work in. I can take care of it, man. But if you don't, man, it's all right, man. I ain't gonna have your old lady running around. Baby.
He got a little
your
mad
house.
because I sponsor
love
his
it.
refrigerator now. It's the
Yeah.
Coughlin Lid logo and engraved into the freezer part of his refrigerator.
I said, hey, player. I said, it's cool, man. I'll be around tomorrow.
You horrible.
Baby kicks every time he hears me talking.
Oh, that's funny.
Hope he don't call me daddy.
Because I'm definitely calling him Junior.
Hey, have you just to give Ross a
You
shout
chosen
out,
a name yet?
Yeah.
have you got yeah, I have. Gonna be christening my god baby,
That's funny.
have you guys seen Ross's podcast of the recent one where he talked about the funeral for Drake? It's
yes.
amazing. Guys,
Yes.
if
Yes,
you're
I did.
listening right now and go to Ross Paget's social media, go to Instagram, go watch his funeral for Drake. Basically, they're doing the obituary and the eulogy for Drake losing to Kendrick. And Ross says, Drake, you were Canada's great white hope.
He did. Yeah. Damn, poor Drake. Oh, he'll be fine. He'll still be rich. He'll be okay. Oh, before I get too far,
We got it. You wanted to talk about it.
I do. I'm gonna say this. Guys in comedy, like me and Miguel, we've been doing this for a long time. So when other comedians see us, they'll ask us questions about comedy. And we love that. We love talking comedy. And sometimes they'll ask us, hey, man, is this joke going too far? Well, there was a comedian at the show. We're not going to say who they were or their gender. And they wanted to know if a certain joke would be inappropriate if they used a certain word. What I will tell you,
The word.
this person is not
The
black.
coolest word.
The coolest word out there. Just ask the Trump
Shout out Cam
administration.
Patterson.
Yeah. Hey, this person said, you know what? I want to use the N word.
Mm-hmm.
And we all stopped.
Full hard R too.
Hard
The
R, not
gentleman-
even
The
soft.
gentleman's way of saying it.
Yes. And we
Yeah.
all pause and look at this person and go, no, you're not black. And then that person says, but my son is half black. So I should be able to say it. And I'm
I
like,
said,
that's
only when you're
not
talking to him.
how that works. Yeah.
I said,
So-
I told the person to say it, and you guys were there.
Yeah.
I said,
Oh,
say
Miguel,
it. I kept
Miguel
saying,
was the
say it.
worst.
And then,
Miguel
then they asked me, they were like, say it. I was like, yeah, don't be a coward. Speak from that heart. Listen to your heart. And then they were like, is it gonna go well? I said, no. You're gonna lose everything.
You're gonna lose
But
everything.
why? Why, man? Why not? It's like Tin Cup, the movie, man. You know, swing for that hole. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna sit around and remember what you didn't do? No, do it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do it. Say it. Hard R too. I want it to echo out.
Mm.
It's the
And I'm-
Monsters
and I'm
audience.
like, Miguel,
50% of the,
Miguel, stop it, Miguel. Stop it.
no,
I was like,
it's a Monsters audience. 50% of them are gonna be like, finally.
Somebody
slow
said
clap.
it.
The slow
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah. It's the Monsters in the Morning audience. You think you're gonna offend a minority? Only the ones working there.
A minority. I love how he says it. A
Yeah.
minority.
Oh my
I said,
God.
do it. Say it. I said,
Such a
act
good
like this is
time.
Russ's house on Thanksgiving. Let it go wild.
Wow. Holy crap.
Give it to Triple R.
The triple. That
Yeah,
speaking
I
of the
believe this will
N-word,
probably be. We might not be canceled, but I guarantee I ain't gonna be on that show.
that's
again.
right. Speaking of the N word, that reminds me of Russ's suit that night. I mean,
Oh, yeah, that fire red sex
Yeah.
traffic pimp suit.
That was a
Oh my
$65 Amazon if I've ever seen one.
God,
Russ came
dang.
out looking fresh, like he was probably one of the 5 heartbeats.
I
You
looked at
know,
him.
when
I
they got the
said,
check.
"Yeah." I said, "Baby, does a biscuit come with that 3-piece? Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him."
Russ's suit came with a pearl handled 22 and a toothpick, 1 gold tooth.
And
And he was like, hey, man, where's Sugar Bear at today? We need to talk. Tell Sugar Bear to swing by. And talk to him about some things.
some things.
Came out
Russ looked
walking
at
on
these-
aquariums. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, why does the suit got a hot comb? And what is it?
Hey guys, before we go, we're out of time. But are you guys going to be anywhere this weekend?
It's 4th of July weekend. I'm hanging out, man. I'm not going to be anywhere this weekend.
Gotcha. Beautiful, man. We wish you guys a safe 4th of July, by the way. I know we shouldn't have to say this, but let's say it. Don't do anything stupid. Don't
Do
blow
what
your
you
hand
want,
off.
man.
And
Mexico
if you
wouldn't
do,
tell you
call
not
me.
to.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
call Jeff Kaufman and be like, I need to
Funny.
see Black
That's
Cat. He
funny.
blew my hand off.
Did you accidentally blow your hand off and part of your house?
Yeah.
Call me. God dang it. Oh, I'm going to be in Port Charlotte, going back to one of our favorite comedy clubs because I'm talking about Vasani's. That's right. I'm going to be headlining this weekend. We're going to to the 3rd through the 6th. I'll be there. So if you guys want to get tickets, you guys can go to vasani.net, get tickets, or you can go to my social media. I'll have a link up for you guys to buy, man. Thank
Better
you.
bring me back some sides.
Bro,
All right.
they got some good food up in there. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. I'm James John. That's Jeff Kaufman. That's Miguel Colon Jr. Jeff, you get to tell them what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
We out.